Do you have any toxic people in your life? They make you feel uncomfortable. They make you feel stressed, and they have a subtle way of going under your skin and making you feel miserable. Well, if you have one of those people in your life, keep watching, because I have some 4 simple strategies that can make you feel empowered, that can make you feel powerful and stress-free. Hi, this is Trudy, your very own hypnotherapist, physical therapist, and a life coach. Welcome to I Coach Hypnosis. My name is Trudy. I am a hypnotherapist, and it's my mission to help you get rid of your negative behaviors and help you achieve your dreams quickly and easily. Well, so then how do you know there are some toxic people in your life?
I don't know. Maybe they have a tag on their shirt?
Yeah, maybe they have a tag on their shirt, or maybe they have a tag on their social media. It says in their status, "Oh, I'm toxic, stay away from me."
Exactly, right? Or I would love to put a sticker on their head. That's me.
Right. And you know, I'll tell you this, a lot of toxic people are everywhere. They're at home, they're at work, everywhere. It can be your spouse or your boss or somebody that you supervise. So they are literally speaking everywhere.
That is correct. And by the way, Trudy, I would like to remind our listener, you actually posted today your article about toxicity.
That is correct.
How to kick toxic people out of your life, either at work, personal life, or wherever that may be. So how do we get it done?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about article first. So as you were saying, yes, it posted, and in that article it talks about pretty much how to deal with people at work. So I know most people are going back to work, right? And they haven't dealt with those people for a year and a half, and here we are going back again in workforce and dealing with some toxicity at work. So that article also talks about how you can deal with yourself, deal with those people. But today in this episode, because it's a very interactive episode, I'm also going to tell you a little bit about how you can deal with those people at home in your very close environment and how to identify them.
And I guess with COVID, with everybody living at home 24/7, I can only imagine
that
the situations.
So true.
Doesn't mean that we have toxic people, but people can become toxic.
They do become toxic. And you know, sometimes when your spouse says something, it makes you feel miserable. It makes you feel you're not good enough, or it makes you feel threatened. It makes you feel not safe. And when you identify those feelings, whether it's at work or at home, you know that you're dealing with toxicity, whether that's coming from your loved ones, co-workers, your child, or somewhere else. And that's how you identify those feelings. Your feelings are the parameters. The feelings are the one telling you what's going on in your body. So now from the feeling process, here comes thinking process. So one may think, what is happening? What are you thinking? Are you thinking, well, if that person is out of my life, I'm gonna feel amazing. I'm gonna be in cloud 9, right? Because that person is responsible for my misery. Just if that person improves, then my life is going to be fabulous. So most of us have that kind of thinking. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense. So is it my job to improve their life, or is it my job to move away from their toxicity?
Well, I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. You can try and try and try. You can try and make everybody in your life change what they think and how they behave. But I'll tell you this, there will be one point in time in your life who's not going to listen to you. And then again, you're going to feel miserable. So the key is not to tell that person to change. Yes, you can advise and you can suggest, but don't expect people to change, because people don't change because you want them to change. People change because they want them to change.
So it sounds like step one or way number one is to avoid them altogether.
That is correct. If you find, for example, let me give you a very simple example. In my newsletter, I did talk about workforce. So let me talk about how we can deal with it at home. For example, if you have a teenager and your teenager is throwing a tantrum and you realize that my child is toxic at this moment, right now I love my child, but he or she is not in his or her best behavior. So the first thing that you can do is remove yourself out of it just for a moment, for a little while, so you both are not getting on each other, and that makes it so much easier. So now you kept yourself out of that surrounding, that toxicity, that energy. You now can think for yourself. Then it will allow you to make a better decision, and it is better for you.
That makes sense. You know, it's like my relationship with coffee. Unfortunately, that's one toxic I like to keep.
And how does that help you?
Yeah, I guess it keeps me awake and keeps me on running your podcast, Trudy.
I see. Keep drinking coffee.
I will keep the coffee drinking. That reminds me, we need to come up with a coffee club.
That is right.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so step number 2, or let me rephrase it, a second way of keeping toxic people away, you were mentioning in your newsletter, gossip.
Mm-hmm.
I love gossip.
Well, everybody loves gossip, right? Because you're talking about somebody who's not at their best behavior. So inherently, it makes us feel good. But is it really fruitful? Does it really do anything for you? For example, if you had a bad argument with your boss and you step out of your office and have that conversation, you kind of empty your heart out with in front of your coworker who is not your friend. Do you know what's going to happen? First of all, it's going to make you look bad. Number 2, it might ruin your reputation. And number 3, yes, it might make you feel good for a time being, but at the end of the day, that person who's not your friend might go out and tell everybody about what you have done and how poorly you have reacted to everybody. So was that impulsive behavior serving you? Perhaps not, right?
That is a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But the way I look at it is there is good gossip, in quote, to build your relationship and break the ice with your coworker.
Right.
And then there is toxic gossiping.
That is correct.
Right.
That is correct. So now, if you find a friend that you can reconcile with, then it's okay to talk about your intimate emotions and what you're thinking and feeling. However, keep it very, very personal at work, and talk to your counselor, talk to your best friend that's not at your work, and that way you're keeping things separate, but you're not holding anything back in your mind. I feel that works the best for most of my clients, is you don't want to hang on to your emotions for too long in your body, but at the same time, you don't want to empty it out where you shouldn't be.
Let's take a small break. Let's tell people, because I get asked that all the time, we talk about ways to improve your well-being. Well, Trudy, what it is that you do for your clients. So here is a little video about what you do. We'll be back in a few seconds.
Stop smoking, lose weight, or stop anxiety online with renowned master hypnotherapist Trudy. That's right. People throughout the United States have attended Trudy's life-changing stop smoking, weight loss, or anxiety hypnotherapy sessions. And now you can attend them too online. That's right, in the comfort of your own home or office. With Trudy's unique hypnosis approach, you are in control. You hear, move, concentrate with ease and without the effort. You experience powerful modalities such as hypnosis, guided visual imagery designed to destroy bad thoughts, cravings, compulsive emotional behaviors, and most importantly, put you back in control. Trudy's hypnosis sessions are hosted on a platform called Zoom that is HIPAA compliant. It provides you the same privacy and security that you would have as if you were doing a telemedicine appointment with your private physician. This provides you the perfect medium, plus your favorite chair, and yes, online virtual sessions are as effective as in person from the comfort of your home or office. Join the thousands who have turned to the #1 hypnotherapy method for creating healthy habits from losing weight, stopping smoking, reducing anxiety, and more. And yes, our program is not only for adults, but for children as well. And schedule your consultation today.
All right. We are back with Trudy today, season 2 of the Feel Good podcast. And today, Trudy, you are talking about how to kick toxic people out of your life. And so we were talking about the first 2 options: avoidance, no gossiping. Again, I love to gossip with my cup of coffee, but in a good way. And I've missed that during COVID-19. Third one is one I find intriguing. Redirection. Tell me about redirection.
Well, it's redirection is something that makes you feel empowered. Let's put it that way. For example, let me give you an example at home. If your child comes to you and your child says, "No, I do not want to do homework. I would rather go out for play with my friend." You know your child needs to sit down and finish homework. So this is what you have. You can redirect your child. You can tell him, "Yes, honey, I know you want to go out, and that is fine. You will be able to go out. However, let's go ahead and do homework first." So in that way, yes, you're acknowledging the other person, you're acknowledging your child, but at the same time, you're redirecting him or her to come back to your agenda and have that person stick with what you want them to do, not because that person wants something else. That doesn't mean you have to go with that person or make you feel that that person is pushing you, that person is stressing you. Does that make sense to you?
Got it about redirection. As avoidance is rarely possible sometimes, right? So this can make sense. You know what can be avoided? I think you have left your phone ringtone going on. Bing, bing, bing.
I have. Let me turn it down.
I have posted this morning one of your latest success story with Iona, right? Amazing story.
It is. And she is fantastic. And she has learned a lot. She has learned how to redirect herself. What she has done, I'll tell you guys. This is what she did. She redirected her own story, her own self. Because before her disease, her Parkinson's was controlling her. Now she's redirecting the entire sequence from her being helpless to her being helpful. So I think we all can use this technique, whether you're using it for your loved ones, you're using it with your child, your co-workers, or even for yourself. Now, sometimes we find that we're the one who is extremely toxic for ourselves, and you will be able to use these strategies for yourself as well. And number 4 that you can do for yourself is throw a bone. And what I mean by that is say something productive, say something positive to the person who is toxic to you.
Throw a bone. You're not talking about taking your dog outside and...
No, I am not talking about that. What I'm saying is you want to interrupt that pattern. If somebody is just going at you constantly, "Oh, you're not X, Y, and Z," and who's kind of badgering you, you can say, "Well, In that I do see a sense, and give a compliment. Sometimes interrupting a pattern gets the person out of their head, and it makes them realize, oh, I'm doing something wrong. And sometimes it's really that simple. And one more bonus I want to throw, and I think it works really, really well for me. When you say something, when you give a compliment, make sure you mean it, because if you don't, it's really going to backfire on you. So you want to give a compliment when it's real. Otherwise, do not bother giving a compliment.
Let's summarize. There are ways to keep toxic people away. Avoidance.
That is
Stay
correct.
away, right? Just stay away.
Yes.
It's possible. No gossiping. Again, I love to gossip. Redirection.
That's right.
Right, so we talked about that, and how it will be important for people to stay focused, knowing their goals and their task at hand, right? Redirection. And last one, throwing a bone. Never heard of that expression before. But sometimes, yes, you run into people who seek positive attention. Give it to them, right?
They
Give it to
really
them.
do seek positive attention, and sometimes we don't even know what's going on in that person's head, whether that's your child, your spouse, or coworker, or your best friend. Sometimes you really do not know. It's not always about you. Maybe, perhaps, there's something going on in their life that is not so pleasant. So sometimes that also helps a lot to relieve your stress, because it's not always about you. So we talked about some very, very important strategies. We talked about how you can take that control back, make you feel powerful and empowered, and most importantly, once you feel empowered, you cannot feel stressed at the same time. So the whole strategy is for you to make good use of your time, making sure that you are the one who is driving your own car, and you're the one who is in control instead of somebody else. If that's your habit, if that's your friend, your spouse, or your child.
When I hear you talk to your clients, when I read and look at your newsletters and your videos, we always talk about taking back control
That
of
is
our
correct.
life. So this is another one of the many ways and one of the many battles.
That is right. And if you guys have any questions, if you want to hear about one particular topic, how you can empower yourself and feel good about yourself.
All right. Thank you, Trudy, for another amazing podcast. Let's remind our viewers that this will be posted on YouTube. It's also available as a podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and many other platforms. Links can be found down below or by going to icoachhypnosis.com. That's it. We can wrap it up.
Thank you guys, and see you next time.
you.
Bye-bye.
Stop smoking, lose weight, or stop anxiety online with renowned master hypnotherapist Trudy. That's right. People throughout the United States have attended Trudy's life-changing stop smoking, weight loss, or anxiety hypnotherapy sessions. And now you can attend them too online. That's right, in the comfort of your own home or office.
Hey Trudy, thank you so much for the work that you do. I am so honored and so pleased to have worked with you. In just the 6 sessions that we did, I was able to break through layers and layers and layers of conditioning and trauma that I had been trying to resolve for years prior to meeting you. And within just 1 or 2 sessions, we were able to resolve it right away. So thank you, Trudy. I really appreciate you.
With Trudy's unique hypnosis approach, you are in control. You hear, move, concentrate with ease and without the effort. You experience powerful modalities such as hypnosis, guided visual imagery designed to destroy bad thoughts, cravings, compulsive emotional behaviors, and most importantly, put you back in control. Trudy's hypnosis sessions are hosted on a platform called Zoom that is HIPAA compliant. It provides you the same privacy and security that you would have as if you were doing a telemedicine appointment with your private physician. This provides you the perfect medium, plus your favorite chair, and yes, online virtual sessions are as effective as in person from the comfort of your home or office. Join the thousands who have turned to the #1 hypnotherapy method for creating healthy habits, from losing weight, stopping smoking, reducing anxiety, and more. And yes, our program is not only for adults, but for children as well. And schedule your consultation today.